we are going to enjoy a best of 5 between the man from Basilisk and our Korean Zerg, who is currently teamless. The winner of this best of 5 gets 200 bucks as always. The loser gets 50. Let's do it.
Let's get it on.
Round 1. Fight!
In the top right side of Defender's Lab, we are looking at the main base of our one and only, the Italian stallion, Basilisk Reynor. Should have a couple of events coming up real soon, you know, knowing that some of them are happening over in Europe. Cannot imagine that we don't see a little Reynor there. In the bottom left side of Defender's Lab, we are looking at the main base of my Korean friend, who has been DMing me quite a bit about playing in the Big Brain Bouts. Well, he's got another shot. In the main event this time around, it is the Solar. Solar also said, Roddy, I'm totally down to play like earlier as well. I can play against some of the Koreans, let me know. And I was like, yeah, that sounds good. We can make it happen. But, you know, we went maybe a bit easier on Reynor in a couple of the other BBBs. He didn't necessarily have like the highest rated opponents. And last time I already said, the next time that it's Reynor's turn in the BBB, he will most certainly get a top 10 opponent. And, well, Solar definitely is a top 10 opponent, according to Ligalek. Reynor said, I would definitely prefer to play the live version. This is not PTR. Solar was the only one of the 6 gamers that I asked today who said, oh, we can do PTR. Maybe it's nice for the viewers. I said, like, well, if you want to do PTR, Reynor wants to do live, we can flip a coin. And then Solar's like, nah, I don't care that much. He's like, I think I prefer live, but he's like, I did it for the viewers. I was like, all right, well, your choice. He said, let's just play live. So, live version it is for all 3 series. I always love some high-level ZVZ. I especially love a Solar ZVZ, because teching up to a lair when you go up against Solar is very, very scary, very dangerous for anyone on this planet. Some people may watch this series back later, which is why I sneak in the date, the 19th of June. And this was a very, very warm day over in the Netherlands. I do not have AC in this room, so I got myself a lovely beer to cool down a little and get ready for a night full of World Cup action. Will I stay up all night? I don't know. But I'm actually kind of excited for some of the games today. The one at midnight is fun. The one at 3 a.m. Well, or 2:30. At least it's Brazil. Could be kind of fun. Colombia wins the World Cup. Hello, Hex. Congrats on the win, mate. Fun games. Even if it was a 3-0, and obviously we don't want 3-0s, but we've already been going for over 2.5 hours today in the BBB, so I'm completely okay with, you know, that going down 3-0. But I'd love to see you against Maples again one day in the future, because Mape had potential. And I think I can find some professional Zerg friends out there that would say, you know what, this was a theoretical 3-0 for the Protoss. Both of our Zergs here in the main have dropped a Baneling nest. Not in their mains necessarily, but in the main event. Baneling nest is in the natural. Cheers, guys, to a long weekend for a lot of you, since a lot of the Americans had off today. Obviously cool to see Solar never asking either to play these games earlier. Solar is a warrior of the night, doesn't care that it's late over in Korea. Man is down to game. No lairs yet, but we do have an Evo chamber going down in the back of the natural for Reynor. That's gonna be potentially for some +1 melee action. +1 carapace is a really big upgrade too for Zerglings, because it will allow them to survive a Baneling nest. +1 missile attacks. Okay. So Reynor, who does not have a Roach Warren yet, is actually going for early +1 missile attacks. Interesting. Solar has dropped the Roach Warren just a little smidge earlier than Reynor, but Solar does not have an Evo chamber. Solar is actually firing up a lair. I kind of like this, because this is really Solar playing to his image. Solar knows that a lot of the top tier European Zergs think that Solar always sends it on hatchery tech. Like whether it's 30 something drones, 40 drones, even 50 drones, the man does not tech up, and he will all in you with a crazy amount of roaches, lings, maybe ravages, maybe some banelings. I feel like Solar is taking advantage of that reputation right now. He could very well go for a Spire, and that could mean a potential problematic game for Reynor. Now, of course, Reynor could theoretically do what Solar is known for, but if he wants to do that, he's gonna have to do that real soon. I don't even know if it would work, to be fair. Hello, Ryan. So I'm moving out with just a couple links. Here is that pretty damn quick Spire. 5 minutes into the game and the Spire is here. Solar finds a tiny opening over in the third base of Reynor. Gets a drone. Reynor still building roaches, guys. So Reynor is really gonna go for it. The man says, alright, I've got +1 missile attacks and I've been building roaches. He really needs to go. Like right about now. Fong So, brother. Can Solar hold? Does Solar need spines? The answer is apparently yes, because he's gonna build a spine immediately. But it's kind of tricky, because if you build all your spines here, Reynor can just attack you natural, and that's problematic. If you build all of your spines here, you're gonna lose the third. Reynor is going without speed. Yes, because Reynor does not have a lair. It's very, very, very scary to go lair against Solar, because he's so damn good in killing you. Reynor, like, if he gets in there, Reynor will definitely send it. Does he get in? Does he get in? He doesn't get in deep enough, but he will see that the lair is done. He doesn't see a spire because it's in the natural, but he has to go, man. Like, he really has to go. I'm afraid we maybe almost missed our window. Muras are on the way. There is a good chance that Reynor, who obviously has +1 missile attacks, that Reynor wins the ground on the fight decisively. But can he win it hard enough before the Mura DPS is starting to like really add up? I find it kind of hard to call. Reynor has an upgrade lead, Reynor has a bigger army, but the Muras are out, and the Muras will obviously go completely uncontested. Reynor knows he's going to need crazy damage here. We're talking 20 drones and a hatchery, otherwise this game is kind of over. Reynor knows that. Muras are just shift clicking on the Ravagers. Reynor is going to go very hard on... gets a couple of overlords there with the corrosive bolts, that's nice. Solar's gonna evacuate the third. The Muda damage is just... it's adding up. It is going uncontested. We do have extra Zerglings. Reynor still has the supply lead. Like, it is going to be close, but Reynor needs so much more than what he's got so far. And Reynor knows that, and the supply is starting to equal up. Or tie up. Be equal, and this is bad news. I think it's bad news for Reynor, guys. It's obviously good damage, but Reynor doesn't need good damage here. Reynor needs crazy damage. Reynor needs crippling damage. And he can no longer get that. Since the Miras are out and the roach count has dwindled, all the Ravages are dead. Reynor in trouble. Solar survives. Equal in Vorkus with a Spire done and a 7 Miras out. Chat says GG, yeah. I mean, it looks pretty bad for Reynor. This is honestly one of the things that makes Solar such a freaking good ZVZ player and why he has historically found so much success in ZVZ. Solar is well aware of the reputation that he has built up for himself. Reynor, obviously wary of that reputation, is kind of playing anti-Solar. And right when you play a true anti-Solar style, Solar switches it up, goes for a quick lair, goes for a quick spire, holds in. At this point, the world is his oyster. I'm afraid for Reynor that this is never gonna go his way. He is only down 5 workers at the moment, to be fair. He's doing a good job in dealing with the Mudas, so... you know, Hydralisk then, almost done. We have quicker +1 missile attacks. It's not too bad. I'm not saying it's good, because we're down like 15 roaches, but maybe it's not the end of the world yet. We might just set the stage here for one hell of a ZVZ, who knows? Jay, hello Jay. But Jay, I want you to know that today is not Jay's day. Today is Pi's day. We are celebrating Pi's birthday. I already got him a great gift. Home Surrey Cup 29 is coming up in just 2 weeks, and Pi will get a free padel lesson from me. I know he's been working on his game for a little while, but no, there's not a chance in hell that he can hang with Onk. So, well, we're gonna give Pi a free lesson. J Day is gone, Pi Day is here. Solar says, alright, that's very nice for you guys, bunch of Zerg players in Europe NNA. Not important, what is important is me, here in the main event. I'm a maxed out Korean Zerg, and I am ready to send it on Reynor. Reynor dropped the Hydra then, but he hasn't really made any Hydras because he also saw that Solar did not continue to build Mudas. What Solar does have is an over 30 army supply lead, make it 35 in total. Don't tell him anything, Yor. You have the inside scoop, mate. You're not supposed to let him in on this. Roaches and Ravages for Reynor are going to try to mount a defense here, but I think you guys can see there is an overwhelming amount of red on our screen. GG gets called. It's Solar who takes the 1-0 lead. Honestly, yes, great micro as always, great macro as always, but I really feel like this is a bit of a mental victory where Solar is like, I know what you guys say, I know what you guys think, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Because you think you can just come in here with an anti-Solar build. Well, I'll switch it up. And that's really kind of what this all boils down to. I'm going to change my lights, guys, so you guys can actually see me. I don't know if that's better or not. Whoa! No! Turn it off! Turn it off! It's like 5 a.m. in the club, you know, the lights go on, everybody has to go home. So. Solar 1, Reynor 0. Thank you to Flame of the West for the 31 months made it during that game. I appreciate it. We'll see, Bjorn. Maybe Pi will surprise me. I know that he's been secretly practicing for quite some time now. Previous home story cups didn't look like he knew what he was doing, but maybe by now he's got 2 more final weeks to work on his craft a little bit. We haven't really settled. If you guys hear barking, that's Ollie, by the way, guys. The Labrador Ghast for the upcoming 8 days. Very excited to have a dog in house. I love it. Makes me so happy. What do I want to say? Doesn't matter. What does matter is game 2. Sanctuary, the 3rd.
Round 2. Fight!
Bottom left side. This man knows that it's go time as we've got tournaments coming up and perhaps a few more big ones towards the end of the year. And obviously we want to see the very best of him because the very best of him is arguably the greatest player on the planet. This is BASILISK Reynor. Top right side, we are looking in the main base of our Korean Zerg, who has taken the 1-0 lead in the BBB number 119 already. Main event, $200 for the winner. This is Solar. No PTR today. A lot of people seem to be quite certain that maybe by next Friday, whatever is the PTR right now is going to be live. I'd be very surprised if it took like 3 weeks to have a little update to the PTR. I'd be very surprised if whatever version is the PTR goes live next week. But maybe some people have the inside scoop that I don't. It's possible. Hello, Camo. So Reynor has gone hatch first, followed up by a pool, but no gas. Meanwhile, Solar has gone hatch first, but with a gas. Maybe Reynor has the gas now, it's just a bit of a delayed one. Yeah. But I thought last time, ZG, when we had a PTR and a lot of people wanted certain things, didn't they fix that within like 2 days? Because I remember all of us memeing, we're like, oh my god, like we're getting updates like within days. We're being seen, we matter. That's what I remember. I don't remember there being a PTR and then just like weeks and weeks and weeks of nothing. Because, like obviously we didn't have Big Brain Bouts the last 2 weeks because I was busy casting Maestros of the Game. But the week prior to that was Serral against Beyond. And then they did play on the PTR. So it's been 3 weeks of PTR and only now at week 3 we got updates. Which last time was definitely a lot quicker than that. Well, I don't know. We'll see. If the changes are really as big as they may seem and it's all going through, I am sticking, guys, with running live Starcraft for as long as I can. Because if we truly have to say goodbye to the 12 workers, well, I want to enjoy it till its dying seconds. Yeah, on the ladder, I agree. I don't think the current map pool that we have on the ladder is like bad, but it's just, it's been... At one point you just always have the feeling like I've seen enough. Like I've been playing on it long enough, I've seen enough, like I want to look at something else. I am well aware, Ruptured Balls. I'm ready, matey. Right there, this is my little American football, my American Jellycat. His name is Morgan. Morgan is ready. So very different build orders this time around. Obviously it already started with this gas being a tiny bit later by Reynor. Reynor does have a lair on the way, like a much quicker lair than Solar. But Solar does still have a pretty damn quick lair too. Clearly didn't seem to be mega worried about what Reynor was potentially cooking. I'm a tiny bit confused. Reynor has a few more drones, but obviously this is going to shift in Solar's favor in the near future. Solar can pump out drones from 3 hatcheries. Reynor's still working with just 2. Reynor does get a quick overseer, and perhaps this is just Reynor's game plan here. It's like, alright, I know Solar is so tricky and he's so hard to read. Perhaps if I can just get a quick lair, I can get a better scout, and I can play the game from there. And even if that means I might be a tiny bit behind, Reynor may just believe in his ability enough to turn things around, even if he's facing a tiny deficit, which I think in this case he absolutely will. I see Solar with a few more drones now, and I think that will only continue for a little while longer. Servus, Musti. Are you making it to the Home Story Cup, Musti? No, by the sounds of it, there might be a chance for a Musti appearance in the main event. As they're a little low on gamers. Musti at HSC. Hello, Powder Skyer. Welcome, matey. I'm so ready to hype up your final 4 Marines and the medevac. I want you to know that. Because I can safely say that no one does it better than Musti. You rejected the invite? Sick. We have a Spire on the way once more for Solar. Reynor is down 11 drones. The only advantage I see for Reynor, if we can even call it an advantage, is slightly quicker +2. And Reynor does have a few more roaches, but it's not the kind of roach lead that Reynor can now grab his roaches and send them to the other side of the map and get a W. Like, it's just not happening. But he's looking very, very handsome today. Because I've been a construction worker, mate. I've been carrying heavy stones. I've been shuffling dirt. I had no idea that shuffling dirt was so heavy. After doing it for like 25 minutes, I was like, I need a break, man. I'm dead. All this yard work is not meant for an old gamer like me. Solar Spire is done. I'm starting to get worried for Reynor, guys. I just don't really like where this game is heading. It feels that Reynor had a quick scout, but after that he hasn't really had a proper scout in a little while. And it's sort of similar to last game, but it's obviously different because Reynor does have a lair. Reynor has double evo now. And he's just building a lot of units of an inferior economy, and Solar is just getting the best of Reynor, build order-wise and strategic choices-wise. Thank you, Smart GF. It ain't got much, but I got already sub a month. Definitely much for me, man. They're all appreciated, each and every single one of them. And I believe right now it's over 1100. Not bad for the year 2026. Same game, 14 years. Reynor is also probably thinking that he's doing the same game. Again, there are Muras out. Reynor has a lot of roaches, but Solar's got a lot of roaches as well. Like this one, I think looks even worse than last game. I'll be honest. I really think that this attack looks worse than the last game. There's a small chance that maybe Reynor can fight with +2 and +1, but the Muras are out. The Muras, of course, are right-clicking the Ravagers, and this is a bit of a hopeless game for Reynor, and that's very sad to say, and that's very sad to see. Because that's not the Reynor that I'm used to seeing, but there really is no other way to put it. It kind of feels that Solar continuously is one step ahead. Back-to-back games, we took very different routes to where we are, but the outcome is the same. Solar shows up with Muras, Reynor is not ready for those Muras. The first game, at least, I kind of felt that maybe Reynor's attack was going to be impactful and he would kill a lot, and perhaps it was going to be close and dramatic, but this game kind of hopeless. Whatever Reynor thought he was cooking with his 2 base opening and his slightly delayed gas, well, we overcooked. It's the equivalent of like thinking that you're getting a nice pizza in Napoli, but what you get instead is the RotterdaM pizza from his own oven. And the pizza turns into a frisbee. GG. Solar 2-0 after 8 minutes and 30 seconds. Well, this is not it for Reynor. Gonna have to seriously step it up. Now, if we think of Reynor, his finest moments throughout his career, you think of Katowice, you think of the Game is 8 final, perhaps. Just the final, because every other series was pretty dominant. Reynor has done miracles many, many, many times in the past when he was trailing. But he's gonna have to seriously find some magic. I don't know where, but... Let's see. It's a shame that Reynor and Serral hit middle age in gamer years. There are no great SC2 players left. That is a questionable take, my friend. Reynor and Serral are both still incredibly good. Obviously, not every series that either Serral or Reynor plays will be good. I also do think it's maybe safe to say that Reynor is not in absolute peak form right now, but I do think he's a lot better than what this series is showing up to this point. Reynor is getting old. It is almost his birthday, so I think we should be very sweet to him. On Reynor's birthday is on the 1st of July. Not quite America Day. I believe that HeroMarine is born on America Day, the 4th of July. Reynor's birthday is on the 1st of July. I will just get ready quickly. But no, I think that's a bit of a silly take. First of all, there's a crazy amount of great Starcraft 2 players. Think of all the Koreans that are still going strong. Think of Clem, Max, Serral, and Reynor in the European scene. Obviously, 4 absolute studs. We've seen Gabe recently finding his first ever Premier victory after all these years. 2v2, but still, Big Gabe was big as ever. So many good gamers, mate. It's a bit of a silly statement.
Round 3. Fight.
1st of July is Canada Day. Then Reynor is born on Canada Day. Reynor born on Canada Day and HeroMarine born on America Day. Top left side. This man is like, well, have fun with your days, guys. I'll just continue winning. 1 map away from picking up 200 buckies on the Friday evening, Saturday morning for him. It is currently teamless as Solar. Bottom right side, maybe getting a bit unfortunate in the build orders. I'm sure that he will look at it like that, but I gotta give some kudos to Solar. Solar, I think, is really playing to his image, knowing what people think of him, and he's taking advantage of that. And that's also, you know, what makes a very complete StarCraft 2 player. Let's see if we can turn things around. We're down 0-2, representing Basilisk. It is Reynor. As the clock is struck at 9 p.m., which means it is time, not quite for America Day yet, but it is time for America against Australia. And I am pumped. I think it's going to be a great game. America was fantastic in their first match. I'm very curious to see if they can get close to that level once more. Very quick? No, not at all. How can you say that? This has not been a quick BBB. We start at 6. It's been 3 hours. The first one was 3-2 with long games. The second one was a 3-0, but it was still long games. Just this series is going very quick. But overall, this has not been a quick BBB. Like a quick BBB would be, we're done with 3 best of 5s in 1 hour and 45 minutes. Like that is quick. 2 hours is quick. 2 hours and 50 minutes is quick. But anything past 3 hours, that's long. You're overwhelmed, BBB, CSGO. How far are they with the CSGO major? Is the grand finals this weekend in Cologne? I went there last year. I can't believe a year went by already. I guess it was not quite a year, right? I guess because it is a major, this time they're hosting it a bit earlier. I was there last time when it wasn't a major, when it was just IEM Cologne. I don't care much for Counter-Strike, but it was a fun viewing experience. Let me guess. Vitality is doing well, and Spirit with Donk is doing very well. How warm am I, guys? Am I doing good? And let me guess, Navi is also still in, and they're doing good. See, people sometimes complain about the outcome of the weeklies, but I don't follow Counter-Strike that closely. But I always see Vitality, and I always see Spirit. Turkey, Frutz. I think Turkey wins easily. Turkey is good, man. I don't know how they lost 2-0 against Australia, but Turkey is actually pretty freaking good, I think, in football. Eternity's Edge is a bit of a unique map where, you know, basically they're expanding in the same way, but Solar is expanding in a vertical manner. Meanwhile, Reynor is expanding in a horizontal manner, but they are playing in the exact same way. What I would like to see from Reynor, guys, is a man who's down 0-2 in a hypothetical world where if I was his coach right now and I'd give him some words, I'd be like, mate, can we just start with like some Ling Bane aggression? This is what you excel at. You're one of the fastest video gamers the world has ever seen. Like, spam some Ling Bane, put him to the test the waters a little bit, and even if you don't find crazy damage, what you will find is a good scout. So from slightly behind you can still play correctly. I know that's sort of what we tried to do last game, but we did that without any of the aggression. What about Spirit with Navi? Doesn't Navi have that, is the kid from Bosnia? Like a young guy, I forgot his name. But he was pretty hype. And last year Cologne was one of his first big tournaments, and he was doing quite good for a while. Either from Bosnia or from, maybe from Kosovo, is that possible? Navi is out? Oh yeah. Makadze from Kosovo, yeah. Makadze. I'm surprised that they are out. Alright, enough about that major. Enough about the World Cup. All eyes on Reynor Solar Game 3. I think tonight the BBB has been very fun. We've had a lot of great entertainment. Honestly, first series probably my favorite, but the second one was good too. But Reynor really needs to start finding some magic. And in Game 3, guys, Solar seems to be doing Solar things. He has not tacked up to a lair, so it's a hatchery tech send. He's got an evolution chamber that Reynor has probably scouted, and we're not even using it. This is the vintage Solar, guys, with you gotta love it, right? 2 games you expect Solar to be Solar, and he's not. Maybe a big bait. Oh, very good banelings, but Reynor still needs to worry about all the roaches that are heading his way. He does have queens. I would love to see Reynor kite back to the spine. Can Reynor give us another game, or does Solar just clutches it here? Solar is very, very, very committed, and I'm surprised, guys, that Reynor is fighting out that far. We could have gone back into our middle line, defensive reinforcements. We could have pulled the drones. Reynor's not doing any of those things. He seems to be very confident that he can hold. The numbers are getting closer. We have a spine. Can Reynor indeed hold? Is this the hold that Reynor is looking for? The longer it goes, obviously you would say the better it gets for Reynor, because he will have defender's advantage. He's got the immediate reinforcements. He's got some extra links coming as well. Links are very good here because Solar's roaches don't have +1. Reynor has only lost 2 drones, is working with a 10 drone advantage. Were the 2 banelings in the beginning then just good enough for the hold? This is definitely, guys, the best position that Reynor has found himself in the entire best of 5. Solar is stacking up now. It's obviously a lot later. Solar is using that Evo chamber that he already had, and he's gonna try to get some magic going with a Zergling run by. Reynor has somewhat fortunate timing with his own Zerglings hatching. Could not have been a better moment for Reynor to see those Zerglings spawn. Falcon slime. In CS, as the action slows down a little bit here. In CS, Falcons is the team that buys all the superstars, right? It's just like superstar after superstar after superstar, and it's like, eventually we're gonna make it work. Isn't that the reputation that they have? It's very difficult to do that in some other games, I guess. Well, perhaps not necessarily. Reynor seems confident that his army is big enough and strong enough to make some magic happen on the other side of the map. Obviously, we'd all love to see a little more Starcraft on the Friday evening. We do have a Zergling run-by happening, guys, during all of this. So Reynor is ascending it with the roaches and ravagers, but he's gonna have to deal with these lings of Solar. It seems like he's kind of capable of doing that, to be fair. Thank you, GG Machine. I appreciate it. Spasiba. Reynor, I feel like his lead is starting to slip away a little bit. That move out didn't get much done, and Solar is really keeping Reynor very honest with these relentless counters. This map is so bizarre. Look how close they are to each other. Solar actually somehow the one with, well, we had the Evo Chamber, to be fair. Solar with +1. Reynor is working towards +1. Solar is sneaking out a drone. I don't think Reynor is planning on droning at all. I think Reynor just wants to make another move out this time. Not worry about Zerglings running by into the natural, into the main base. This panda is kind of adorable, no? Alright, Reynor is looking for a surround. Solar has invested in +2 missile attacks, and that is not going to be finished up anytime soon. Their 4th bases are so freaking close to each other. They couldn't be any close to each other if they tried. So like, this is about it. So this should be non-stop battling. Reynor does look like he's absolutely going to kill this hatchery, but he might want more, and perhaps he's even going to need more. Because if Solar can just keep a good roach count alive and Solar can get his hands on +2 missile attacks, it could still become very difficult. Corrosive Valves are being spammed. We have a double roach fight happening. Big roach fight over here. Reynor's got more regular roaches. Solar definitely with the Ravager advantage. Corrosive Valves are connecting. It's starting to look for a little bit like Solar can kind of hold, but a lot of his units are very, very low on HP. But the power of the Solar Ravager is on full display. Solar holds. It's a big hold. It is a very big hold on the side of Solar. Ay. USA 1-0. Just like that. Man, America's so good, eh? That's great for America, but this is bad news for Reynor, guys. A game where Reynor was ahead, like comfortably ahead. After that hold, Solar looks scary, as he has looked so scary in ZVZ many times. I'm sure some of you guys are wondering, why didn't Reynor kill the hatchery? Obviously, in hindsight, I'm wondering the same thing. I have the feeling that Reynor just felt that he could win the Roach Ravager skirmish. He didn't want to kill it, so he didn't have to worry about those Broodlings and whatnot. But unfortunately, he didn't win the fight, and now I bet he wishes he would have killed that hatch. Solar is now going to try to end it. It's a bit of an anti-timing at first, seconds before +2 missile attack is done, but +2 missile attack is done now, and now it's Reynor's 4th base that is not just low on HP, but it's actually going to fall. Reynor is counter-attacking though, guys, with a couple of Zerglings in the natural. Feels to me that Solar is going to have an answer for this. Reynor does have an answer for the tiny Roach counter-attack. It's a beautiful ZVZ, a couple of very nice Corrosive Valves there. I mean, this is definitely a fun game. Action is all over the place. That is what you're looking for, but Reynor being down an upgrade and losing a base is problematic. A few Corrosive Valves could potentially change it. A few of the Lings, by the way, guys, that ran into the main earlier are now morphing into Bane Lings, alright? With the magical comeback. I mean, it is already a bit of a magical comeback on Solar's side. Now Reynor is going to use those Banes to connect with, I guess, drones in the natural. I don't know if Solar is paying attention. Solar is mostly paying attention to this fight. Banelings on the side of the map. Oh, that's a good connection. But Solar gets a beautiful surround on the Roaches and the Ravages of Reynor. Solar +2, Reynor +1. And numbers win fights, but upgrades win games. And it's starting to look like Solar, his +2 here is massive, is good enough, is big enough. And I think that's a clean sweep, guys. For the Korean Zerg, GG gets called. Solar puts on another clinic of ZVZ with a 3-0 victory over Reynor. GG. No, that's, like Rexy, it's just not true. Guys, some of the other BBBs we were done at like 8:15, 2 hours and 15 minutes, which is quite reasonable for 3 best of 5s. We had 3 best of 5s and we took over an hour each for the best of 5s. I know the first one started a tiny bit later, but 3 hours of video gaming is not short. Sola says, GG, thank you for the invites. Of course, champ. GG. Well, I am happy for Solar, but I am obviously a bit sad that we didn't get the bonus game in the ZVZ that I would have loved to see. Yeah, and always makes me a bit sad to see Reynor lose, of course. My heart beats for Basilisk, my heart beats for Reynor, so I'm not happy in that regard, but you know, Reynor won a couple series against up-and-coming players. Now he's playing against a established, seasoned top veteran like himself, and Solo ZVZ was too good today. Sometimes that is just the simple conclusion that we can draw. Solo ZVZ was too good.